Welcome to the DIY3DTech.com channel.
Welcome to this edition of DIY3DTech.com. This edition we're going to follow up taking a look at 72mm lens adapter for the Ricoh. I think it's the WG-M1 action camera. So in the last episode we looked at the basically 72mm filter for the knockoff GoPro, and so we've done up a similar one. This one actually we made a couple design modifications. So one of the things, much like the last one, it has the pressure fit fingers, but this one the threads actually work pretty good. Now a couple things we did: we printed this actually at a 1.0 layer height rather than a 2, and we also recessed the lip of the threads a little bit. So basically what happens is, if you can see here, the lens actually sets inside and screws in actually pretty nicely. Yeah, it's gonna but yeah, see, there you go, and it just screws in very nicely. And again, much like the last ones, the lens basically screws down past these fingered openings that we put in here and tightens down actually pretty nicely. So this is a pretty nice setup. So one of the things that, as you might recall, I wanted to do was use the Cokin setup on here. So let me pop this ring out. Trying to remember which way it goes. I think it goes this way. So we have a 72mm ring, and basically what we do is we just thread it inside here, threads in here very nicely. Then basically this slides into the carrier, and then this pops in here, and voila. I'm going to do a little bit more sanding. I want the lens to go into the snout to go in a little bit further in here, but all in all, it's pretty good, and it gets a nice tight fit, actually a tighter fit than the knockoff GoPro camera. So this actually works pretty good. So I've got the polarizer filter in there. You can see my fingerprints on it. Then I've got the sunshade or reflection shade on there, and pretty nifty little package. There's no question I'm going to be printing up one of these guys in black to keep in the camera case with this. It's a really handy little gizmo. So I played around a little bit with it in the wide setting. There is a bit of vignetting on the 72, and this is one of the reasons. I don't know if you can see, but and I can probably pop this off here a little bit, so you can see that the snout actually, get it in the camera range a little bit better. So you can see the snout basically comes to the edge of the plastic adapter. So, but yet that's still quite a ways from this ring. So I want to bring this forward a little bit more. So I'm going to do a little bit more sanding on this right out of the gate, right off the printer. I got a pretty good fit, and so I did a little bit of light sanding to move it in a little bit further, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more. I would rather leave it so I'd have to do a little bit of sanding, because you can always kind of take a little bit off, but you can't put any in. Also, you might notice that I'm seeing a little bit of stress fracture cracks here. What I might do, or what I definitely do in the more production version, if you will, or version that's going to last, I'm going to use some of that, I think it's a XG filler or what have you, to basically epoxy fill in the setting to make it a little bit stronger, because we're starting to see a little bit in the striations here too, because again I played with this quite a bit, threading things in and that kind of stuff. So anyways, but like I say, so far both of these adapter rings for 72mm have come out very well for both style cameras. So if you have an action camera and you want to adapt it to a larger fitting, and again I would go with the 72 to reduce the vignetting because of the wide field of view, and then also move this as close as possible up to whatever filter you're going to put in. So for example, if we do like the infrared filter, we want to move that pretty close to the lens, so you get less vignetting, or no vignetting is actually the goal. So anyways, hopefully this helped, but I guess my point is that where I was going for is you can simply adjust the inner size of this to meet your needs for your lens, and basically reuse this outer housing with the threads and recess. I'm also, when I go do the Thinigiverse version of this, I am going to, this is for the knockoff GoPro, I am going to do the same offset here that I did on this, because this just, I mean, I just couldn't believe it right off the printer, and also at 0.1 layer height. I mean, this just threads on so nice. And then, you know, if I look at this one, I've been playing with this one a lot. This one takes quite a bit, and it still cross threads, and where the other one just slides in and then the threads catch, and I don't know, maybe I got lucky, but I'm going to do the same thing for the for that before I put it up on Thingiverse. So I'm going to make that modification, because again, I mean, look how nice that just tightens right in there, just falls right in, and you know, just like it was, you know, made to do it, I guess. So anyways, hopefully you found this interesting, and if you did, hey, give it a thumbs up. Get my finger over there. Helps us make more videos like this, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.